Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here standing in front of my TBR shelves. I'm coming to you today with the video about my April or Magical Readathon TBR. Haven't actually participated in the Magical Readathon TBR in a couple of years now, but I am really excited to be back into it this year. It is a readathon hosted by G from Book Roast, I believe, and like I said, I have participated before I had a YouTube channel for quite a few years, and then I just stopped for the past like 4 or 5 years, and now we're back into it. And I need to choose with you today my scholarly path, and I also need to choose my subjects and my TBR. I am not really going like as gun-ho into it as I think a lot of people do. Like, I'm not making like a character or anything. I'm literally just looking at which path I want to choose and picking a TBR based on that as well. So I have decided between 3 different paths. I can't decide between a Moon Warden, a Master of the Elements, or an Archmage. And I think the Archmage has the most sort of prompts to get, and will also have the most prompts to get in October, which is when the second round is, I believe. But then I don't know, I like the idea of being a Moon Warden, but then the Moon Warden isn't that hard. It would only mean that I would need to pick 5 books for today, and like, I'm going to read more than that in April. But then it would just be fulfilling my Magical Readathon TBR. Decisions. So it would make me read 6 books in October as well if I was a Moon Warden. But like I said, I just kind of want to be, maybe I should just be an Archmage. A Master of Elements would mean I would pick 6 books for now, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 books in October. And an Archmage is 6 books now and 8 books in October as well. So the Archmage and the Master of Elements are kind of the same level in terms of like reading difficulty. But, I just can't decide. We're going to do Ip Dip. This side, Archmage. This side, Master of Elements. We're going to go Ip Dip Sky Blue. It is not you, so it must be Y-O-U. Not because you're dirty, not because you're clean. My mum says you're the fairy queen. Archmage. Is that right, Archmage? That is what I put on that side, wasn't it? We're going with Archmage. That's what we're doing. Not me just like immediately forgetting which side which was on. So for the Spring Equinox, which is the April round of this, the classes that I need to pass are Alchemy, Inscription, Artificery, Spells and Incantations, Art of Illusion and Conjuration. So let us have a little look-see at what the prompts are for those. The first prompt we have here is Alchemy, and the course focus is Volume Magnification. So the reading prompt for this is an all capitals book title. That is such a rogue one. Oh, I'm like looking, you're currently sat on a stack of my to be read books right now, and none of them have all oh, actually, that is a lie. One of them has, and it is at the very bottom of the stack, so I'm not going to get it out right now. So many of them have like all lowercase letters. Oh, so the James Islington books up there, I can see they're all caps. Foundryside and Shorefall. Actually, you know what? There's a surprising amount of all cap books here, now that I'm thinking about it. But then what do I fancy? You know what? Yeah, I'm going for this. Okay, so I'm currently reading The Green Rider by Kristen Britton, and I am loving it. I am loving it so much. It is such a spring-coded high epic fantasy. So I'm thinking this has a all capital title on the front here. Do I just assume that the next one also has all capitals? Is that kind of cheating? It's not actually also on my TBR, so I really should choose something that's actually on my TBR, shouldn't I? I've just seen this sitting on my desk here. Ooh, knocking the ring light. I'm going to go with Foxglove by Adeline Grace for this prompt. This is the second book in the Belladonna series by Adeline Grace, and it follows a girl who is kind of cursed by death. She cannot be touched by death, but everyone around her seems to die, and she is being passed around from family to family to family because she has a kind of wealthy inheritance attached to her, until eventually she ends up with a family in which there is a sort of series of kind of suspicious deaths, and she kind of takes it upon herself to figure out what the crack is, what is going on. And this is the second book in the series. There is also a sort of romance with death because she can see death, she interacts with death, and it is just really nice. It is YA, kind of bordering on new adult, but I really enjoyed the first one, and I think maybe it actually might be quite nice for spring based on this cover. I think the first one I read in like autumn, but you know, It's kind of cottagey. It's springtime still here. I'm really in the spring vibes right now. So yes, the first book I will be reading for alchemy is all caps Foxglove by Adeline Grace. The next class I need to take is Inscription. And for Inscription, the course focus is the hook. And the reading prompt is, ooh, the first sentence challenge. Try 3 and pick the best. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Which 3 do I choose? Right, I'm going to take... I think first one's going to be The Eyes Are the Best Part, because this is on my spring TBR as a whole, so I do want to get this read very soon. The second one is going to be Our Share of Night. I've been meaning to read this for so long, but I also kind of feel like that's kind of autumnal, so maybe not. We'll put that back for now. I'm feeling an epic fantasy. Oh, actually, decided the second one I'm going to pick up is A Feather So Black, because a special edition matching one coming out very soon. So really I should be reading this to know whether I should need to buy that one or wait for the next one. And the third book, what third book shall I buy? Shall we put it on there? Should we do that? Oh no, because it's going to be Ruin, isn't it? Oh, I was going to put Fool's Assassin on there, but then I realised I'm probably going to have to read Ruin this month as well, so I was like, hold off on that for a moment. Okay. Maybe the third one I'll put on here is Broken by Daylight, which is the 4th book in the Bonded by Thorns series. This I've kind of put off. I read them all back to back last year, the first 3, and I've kind of put this one off because it's kind of summary setting, and I feel like it's kind of getting into that again now. So let's read the first sentence of each. I'm going to read them out to you so you can also hear them. So we'll start with Broken by Daylight here. Oh my gosh. There's like a... My god, there's like a whole age, like this was not in the previous books. There's like a whole age of this section, age of this. We've got a dramatis personae in here now. Whoa, okay, none of this existed in the previous books, so they kind of went all out with these ones. They must be getting around themselves. Okay, the first sentence is, the young man wiped the beads of sweat off his brow and blinked up at the wavering horizon. That's kind of mid. That's kind of mid. I don't think that one will win based on that. Let us have a look at the Feather So Black now. I should not have drunk the blackberry wine. Okay, I mean, that's fine, I guess. It's also something else that's kind of put me off with this is that the very first chapter, it says autumn. I'm assuming that means set in autumn, not she's called Autumn. Maybe she is called Autumn. Is she called Autumn? No, it's set in autumn, so I really shouldn't be reading this now in spring either, should I? And the first sentence, let's have a look at this, is The Eyes Are the Best Part, and I've got a feeling this is going to be the winner. Oh, I mean, straight away, Uma tells me that the eyes are the best part. Going straight with the title in the first sentence? That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, obviously this is going to win for that. So for incantations, we have The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim. This is a horror book that follows a Korean lady as her stepfather moves into her house. She's like a young girl. She becomes fascinated with his eyeballs and decides that she perhaps wants to eat eyeballs. Maybe specifically his eyeballs. I think it explores sort of the colonialism that can occur in a household when a white person kind of enters the fray. And also, like I said, her strange, bizarre desires. I mean, look at this on the back cover. What the hell is going on? I'm really excited to read this. The next class that I need to pass is Artificery. And the course focus for that is Clockwork Mechanics. And the reading prompt is check the time, AM or PM, and title length to match. What does that mean? It's 10:49 currently. I've got 1,049 pages? Is that what it's asked me to read? Editing Rachel here. That is not, in fact, what she meant. I went and rewatched the original announcement video where she explains every single one of the prompts, and I was so wrong. I don't know why I misremembered it so badly. But basically what this prompt means is, so for example, I got 10:50 or 10 o'clock in the morning, so we just entirely discard that second part of the time and we just go with 10. So what I need to do is find a book with either 10 words or 10 letters in the title, rather than like 1,050 pages specifically. So we are gonna relook at this prompt, revisit it now, and pick a new book for the TBR. In the original video, I ended up going with Keeper of the Lost Cities, which was like the closest book I could find to that amount of pages. But obviously, we're just going to ignore that. We'll take that off. I'm going to do this prompt properly, and we're going to have a little look-see now. So let's take a look back at the shelves. They are obviously in a totally different angle right now, and we've got our nice fairy lights on, which I wish I'd put on the original video, but never mind. So let's have a little look-see. I think perhaps we may have to go for 10 letters rather than 10 words, because I think 10 words is an extraordinarily long title. Like, I mean, actually, to be fair, Keeper of the Lost Cities. No. Yeah, nowhere near. So, yeah, definitely gonna have to look probably for 10 letters rather than 10 words. This may take some time for you to hear, so you can see me more. This may take some time. 10 letters, 10. It's gonna have to be a short title if it's 10 letters. So, let's have a little look-see. 8, 9, 10. Oh! Well, this was easier than expected. I think we are going to have to go with Green Teeth, which is by Molly O'Neill. So this is a very recent addition to my TBR. I literally got it like last week, but this is 10 letters long, and I just saw it and I was like, yes, that, please be 10 letters, please be 10 letters. And it is. So we're going to go with Green Teeth by Molly O'Neill. This is a debut fantasy story, and in it we follow a monster, a bog monster to be specific, and she lurks beneath the surface of a lake, and I think it's kind of going to be a bit Tea King Fishery vibes with, like, you know, maybe she kind of perhaps falls in love, she has to kind of leave the sanctity and safety of her own little bog to go on a bit of an adventure, and I am really, really excited for this. I think it's going to be monstrous, it's going to be juicy, and I think it's going to be a little spooky, a little spooky springtime, you know, a little spooky spring feeling. So yes, very, very excited for this. I will instead be reading Green Teeth for this prompt rather than The Keeper of the Lost Cities. And obviously this is much skinnier, so a little bit easier on the TBR. The next class that I need to pass is Spells and Incantations. Ooh, let's have a look for that then. And the prompt for Spells and Incantations is copy and paste. And then reading prompt is a word from your last book title. Ooh. The last book that I finished is In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado currently. Oh, In the Dream House. So, I mean, I want to maybe look for dream or house with this one. Just try and make it fun. I mean, like in and the, I mean, there's going to be so many things with that. I'll have a look for dream first, because I think that could be fun. Or house, perhaps? House could be in there as well. Oh, is there anything? Now I'm sitting here wondering whether I even have anything with dream in. Or house. I can't see anything with dream or house in here. Do I have anything? Do I have anything? Oh lord. Okay, I've spotted one for house, and that is Ninth House, which I have been meaning to reread for like 2 years, since Hellbent came out basically, so that is currently the only option we have. I've also just glanced Dead House Gates by Steve Erickson, which would give me an excuse to start Gardens of the Moon. Ooh, I mean, obviously, technically, I wouldn't be reading the one with house, but it would be to get to the one with house, because it's got it in the series name, so I guess that's fine. Preferably, I would like one that is completely accurate. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Oh my gosh. House. Dream. Oh, actually, okay, this one is a new book, and it's The House at Watch Hill by Karen Marie Moaning, and that has house in. That just has house in. It's not like the third in the series that needs house in, so I could definitely pull that off. Let me keep looking. Oh, The House Witch as well. The House Witch. Oh, so many houses. I feel like I've got a lot. I thought I expected to have more dreams, not houses, to be honest. We got The House Witch. We got The House at Watch Hill. That is pretty much everything then. So, my two choices are between House on Watch Hill by Karen Marie Moaning and The House Witch by Emily Nikota or Dumalak? I'm actually not really sure who the author of that is. But one is a cozy fantasy, I believe, and the other is a paranormal romantasy, perhaps? This, I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at this, and this is really giving October. Like, this is the most autumn-coded looking thing I've ever seen. A deep, dark, mysterious mansion. Whereas this, like I said, it feels a little bit more spring, even though it also kind of does look quite autumn-coded there. I do think this might perhaps be a little bit more my street for now, so yeah. I think I'm going to go with this. So for spells and incantations, I'm going to pick up the House Witch, which actually seems really appropriate given the class title as well. In this, we are following a young boy, I think, who works in the kitchens of the king and queen. And I believe it's sort of a bit of an enchanted kitchen, and I think he kind of gets himself into some shenanigans. I'm actually not 100% sure. I don't want to know too much about going into cozy fantasies because, to be honest, most of the time there's not too much to find out because they are often quite low stakes and low plot. So I'll keep it at that. Cozy fantasy, set in a kitchen, kind of cozy baking vibes, I think. So I'm excited for this one. I had planned to read it like I said later in this year because it was kind of given autumn, but I feel like this could cross over into spring as well. So who knows? This will be my spells and incantations prompt in any case. Next class that I need to pass is the Art of Illusion. And the Art of Illusion prompt is Distance Manipulation, a book you had already planned for this month. Oh, a book I'd already planned for this month. I could maybe check my... Eyes of the Best Part would have been good for that one, but book I'd already planned for this month. Honestly, I feel like because I'm such a mood reader, I just kind of vibe, but actually, I will need to read Ruin soon for the catch-up book club, and I was actually going to pick this up in May, but we could go now. We could read it now. What's stopping me, I guess? This is the third book in John Gwynne's Faithful and the Fallen series, which is a high epic fantasy that's sort of inspired by Norse or Celtic vibes. It's kind of got a combination of both, I think. And we are following a young boy called Corbin as he enters into his, perhaps, destiny. We follow him from his day-to-day peacetime life, and then slowly war and sort of extra ramifications start to build in this territory. And yeah, it's been really fascinating so far. I've wrapped up the first couple a couple of times, so if you want to know more about this series, I recommend checking those out. I am really enjoying the series so far though, and this will be a good pick because I was already planning to read it at some point, so this will be the prompt for that. The final class I have to pass is Conjuration. So Conjuration, let's have a look. The prompt is Location Summons, a random country generator for the author. Okay. I can do it times 5, apparently. I think I might struggle with this because I actually don't think I've got a huge amount of diverse things directly on my TBR right now, which is a bit annoying. I really need to get more. Okay. First one, Lebanon. Lebanon! Good God. Okay, let's go again because I can get to do it 5 times and I'll pick from that. Madagascar! Madagascar! I don't have any Madagascan authors on my TBR. Armenia, still difficult. Cambodia, oh God. Oman. I do not have any from any of these. I just know that. I like Oman, Madagascar. That is hard. That is very hard for me. I do not have any authors of that on my description on my thing. So we're going to generate another 5. Really? Can you see that? Really? Okay, we've got Congo, Chad, Australia. That could be, I could do that, maybe. Switzerland. And, UK. Okay. That makes it too easy, I fear. I will go on Australian authors, because I'll see if there's any for Australia. And this is also, I just want to state, me wanting to read a book by a white author. I actually have a ton of Asian authors down here, and I was really hoping that I would get China or Japan or something like that. No, of course. Editing Rachel is back again. I don't think I explained myself properly here. I specifically wanted to pick books that I have physically on my TBR. I know that this prompt is designed to push you out of your comfort zone and read books from different authors with various backgrounds, lots of diversity in it. And I really love that and I really respect that. But I have a goal for this year to get through my current physical TBR. And I actually tried to pick up a lot of diverse reads. So I don't have much on it currently because of that, because I've read them all. Obviously I've just recently read all the Sarah L. Reefy books. I had, obviously I've had the David Bad trilogy on here. I do like to read fantasy that is set in, either African-inspired countries or Middle Eastern-inspired countries and stuff like that. I currently have a lot of Asian-inspired ones because I haven't been reaching for them as much recently because I think I kind of overdosed on them for a little while, but which is why I was kind of hoping for them to come up so I can kind of get back into it. But yes, this is not me not wanting to read from authors of colour. This was me basically just wanting to reach for specifically stuff on my TBR, which unfortunately, being from a predominantly white English-speaking nation, is mostly white people, a lot of them white men, unfortunately. So yes, I do need to get more diversity on my general TBR, but for now I was trying to stick to what I have right in front of me to try and get through this. So yes, that is what I meant by that. I don't think I explained myself very well in the video, so sorry. Oh, I didn't realise Marcus Zuzak was Australian. Nor did I... Oh, Lane Moriarty, yeah, I knew she was. Australian authors fantasy. Let's type in fantasy since most of that is in fact fantasy. Okay, I don't know whether this is just like the terrible AI, but it's saying Jay Kristoff is Australian. Did anybody know that? I didn't know that. Garth Nix. Ooh, Trudy Canavan. Ooh, Ian Irvine. Lynette Noni? What does Lynette Noni write? Do I need to read... Lynette Noni, did she write the Prisoner series? There's actually a crazy amount of Australian authors that I had no idea. I can't believe Jay Kristoff is Australian. It's insane. That's insane to me. But I'm pretty sure I have a Lynette Noni on my... Is it here? Yes! Okay, so... yeah, that's a good pick. Okay, so for this prompt, I am going to pick The Prison Healer. This is the second book by Lynette Noni. I will probably need to reread The Prison Healer to actually continue the series, but this is a trilogy by her that I actually really enjoyed the first one, so I picked up the second two and then never read. And I really need to reread it now, but this is a perfect excuse for that. Lynette Noni is apparently an Australian author, and in this it is a YA sort of fantasy series that is set within a prison. Our main character is the healer in said prison, and in this prison there are lots of like trials and stuff, and there are lots of trials that you can partake into, I think, earn your freedom from this prison, and it's quite an interesting premise. I really enjoyed the first one. Like I said, I just never continued. So yeah, Lynette Noni, we're going to give you a go again. I'll probably end up rereading The Prison Healer rather than continuing with the second one, which is The Gilded Cage. So yes, The Prison Healer will be back on my TBR for a reread for that. So yes, this is my Magical Readathon TBR for 2025 Spring Equinox. I am really excited to get to all these books. Some of these were absolutely not what I was planning to read at the moment, but you know, I'm glad they're on there. This is what TBRs like this are for. They're for getting us to read things that we perhaps might not have picked up for quite some time. And I am, yeah, super excited for all these. Thank you so much for watching. If you are participating in Magical Readathon, let me know which, like, clade you are in, which school path you are taking, and let me know some of the stuff on your TBR. If you've read any of these, I'd love to know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and yeah, see you very soon in the next video. Bye!